Life is a cycle. We come into this life knowing that at some point we will no longer be here. But children don't often think about life and death. One woman leads an organization that deals with this on a daily basis. But don't feel sad. Her organization brings smiles to others' faces. News 13's Jackie Brockington has Pam Landwirth's story.
You know, Walt Disney World touts itself as the happiest place on earth. But Pam Landwirth, CEO of Give Kids the World, begs to differ, even though this is a place where some children's wishes are their last. Pam has continued what her former husband began. Give Kids the World was founded by Henry Landwirth. He was a child of the Holocaust who, along with his parents and sister, were put in the Auschwitz concentration camp. He was there for 5 years. Only he and his sister survived, but from that experience, a special bond for children emerged. He became a hotelier and owned the first Holiday Inn.
And when the wish-granting partners would identify a child whose wish was to come to Disney or SeaWorld at the time, because Universal wasn't here yet, they would always call Henry's Hotel and say, hey, if we make all the arrangements, would you mind putting this family up for free?
But one evening, something happened that was the beginning for Give Kids the World.
And one evening, his general manager came in and told him that a reservation for that evening was canceled. It was a little girl named Amy from Virginia. She had had leukemia and she had lost her battle. It was taking about 2 months to make all the necessary arrangements. He said that just can't happen anymore, and he literally hopped in his car and went over to visit his friends at Disney, and then the same day to SeaWorld, and said, would you help me? And from that day on, when Give Kids the World got started, we've been able to bring children down in less than 24 hours if need be.
Every year in the United States, 30,000 children are diagnosed with a life-threatening illness. Dealing with these children along with their families can take its toll on the human spirit, especially when a child dies. So how does Pam cope?
I think what you have to focus on is what these families say to us, even if they've lost their child in the midst. And when you have a family that's happened to it and they look at you and say, at least we were able to give them 1, 2, or 3, or 4, or 5 happy days, and you know that that's what's going to sustain them, that all those times that they had to watch them get poked by needles and operations and treatments, these brief few days, even though they might not have been the whole experience, is going to what they're going to reflect on and go, at least we were able to do that for our son or daughter.
As for keeping herself revitalized,
I'm an avid cardio kickboxing and Zumba now, and so I've been, able to just really keep those. And so when you've got those, this donation didn't come through or something happened, that's where you can get all of that out. But someone asked me once, okay, what happens when you get to the pearly gates and you're met there by St. Peter? What would you want him to say? And I could think of 2 words: well done.
Though divorced from the founder, which was difficult at times, Pam and Henry are still great friends, and she says he tells her he couldn't have picked a better successor. For News 13, I'm Jackie Brockington.
Currently, Give Kids the World is a 70-acre village with 140 villas. Families are accepted from all 50 states and 75 countries. Pam shared a bit more about herself. She's actually quite the world traveler, and there's only one of our 50 states she hasn't visited. You can check out where that is and where she plans to head next on our website, cfnews13.com.